So I've been spending a bunch of time recently working on all the little trim pieces on this 2008 FJ Cruiser. In previous videos, we have restored the plastic trim all along the vehicle. We have fixed the weather stripping on the windows on both sides. We've also painted the bezel and kind of touched up this little piece here, and it even still might need a little bit of sanding to get some of that shininess off. And today is going to be one of those trim videos because while I was installing this weather stripping on the passenger door, we kind of had a little boo-boo right there and broke off a piece. Now also, as you can see here, they are discolored and they're broken right here, and I had to glue it back so that way it wasn't flapping in the wind. Now both sides need some fixing because the one on the driver's side is also cracked and the window is having a hard time rolling up and down. So today what we're going to do is we're going to remove these little wind or rain guards, or whatever you want to call them, and we're going to install a brand new set. So as you can see, this type or this specific model of rain or wind guard is one of the in-channel types. It's not one that sits on the outside of the door. Now I really like this design because I've had some fail that were the external ones where the tape starts peeling and it flaps and then the whole thing just kind of rips off. So the first thing that we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go through and carefully remove these in-channel wind guards without peeling back this little strip right here. So I went ahead and started kind of tugging a little bit, and of course it's helpful if you roll the window down. And as you'll notice, as I start pulling, some of the weather strip on the inside of the window right there starts to pull out. So I want to try a technique that I saw someone use on an external wind guard or rain guard that hopefully will work, and that is using some dental floss. But I'm out here in the garage and I'm looking over at my fishing stuff, and I think I'm going to try to use some fishing line instead, and hopefully it'll get in between the little seal and I can just kind of thread it back and forth. Let me show you what I mean. All right, so I have this 14-pound test monofilament fishing line. All right, stop the video right there. So I'm in post editing this thing right now, and I want to spare you the struggle of me figuring out how to use this fishing line. It turns out that the fishing line did not work at all. So the best method was actually just grabbing the wind guard or visor, whatever you want to call it, and just straight ripping it down. The weather seal that I was worried about did come down a little bit, but that was okay. I was able to kind of tug it back up in there. So you are welcome for not having to witness all of my failures. Back to the video. All right, so now what I think might be a good idea to do, just take a small little trim tool, then a microfiber, find a little clean spot on it, and then get a little bit of alcohol, and then just wet it, and then just come in here in that groove or that gap and kind of just clean it out and get any grime or goop that you have found in there like that. And I'm going to do the whole thing all the way around and then double, triple, quadruple check to make sure there's no adhesive left over from the previous wind guard. All right, so we went with the AVS Wind Guards. They came in this fun little package. There you already see it's for Toyota 07 to 14 FJ Cruiser. And there is the number. And these are in-channel vent visors. It is the two-piece set, one for driver's side, one for passengers. All right, so taking these out of the plastic looks pretty simple. Looks like they're kind of vacuum sealed here, which is neat packaging. And be careful, oh my goodness, I'm already starting to mess stuff up. Be careful not to peel off the protective sticky tape. Look, it's already kind of peeling back, and we do not want that yet. I'm going to do this off camera and make sure I don't jack everything up. All right, so that was pretty tedious trying to get these out. And I will say that the packaging, although it's kind of, you know, cute to see them all saran wrapped up like that or whatever you want to call it, but it's kind of a design flaw because I had to go back and push down this little red strip, which is the protective strip for the stickiness, and you can see it's not quite lined up that good anymore because the plastic of the packaging was actually like heated or melted to it, and so I had to make sure I had to come from the other way and run it up so that way it didn't catch. But it did that basically everywhere on all of them, and if you're not being careful, you could definitely inhibit your installation process. Hidden underneath in the packaging, let's just put this out of the way somewhere, was actually, looks like some installation instructions and a little Scotch pad maybe. So we're gonna read what it says to do and how to install it, and then do what it tells us. So of course we live in a digital world and we can't spare, 35 cents on printing anything. So they have a QR code that's on the instructions, or that pack that I showed you. There's not really any instructions in there. The only thing that came in there was some alcohol wipes, which we have already kind of used. So I'll kind of just save these for later. And the Scotch-Brite pad, it's kind of like a little Brillo pad, a little rough surface, was designed to go into the channel and just clear out any like tape or anything like that, and or any other debris. And then the alcohol wipes are designed to go back through. So we've essentially done that whole process, so I can put this away. Now, what we want to do is we want to just kind of test fit this first, and to make sure that it goes into place, and then after we test fit it, which it's looking like it's going to fit just as snug as a bug in a rug, and it's going to go all the way down here, which is cool. So full protection, and you can already tell that's looking pretty nice. So now that we know that it's going to fit, let's slide it out. Careful not to do exactly what we did with the other ones. What it says to do is it says to peel back just about 2 inches or so of the protective 3M, it might be 3M, it might not be, but the protective little red tape here on either side. And so what I'll have to do is I'll do a little piece here and have it kind of hanging out, and then I'll do a piece here and a piece here, and then that is going to allow us to, once we have it back in place, to then peel that red tape down and hopefully reveal the sticky tape part to the inside of the channel where the window goes. So wish us luck here. You know what? I think some painter's tape is going to help here. Hold on a second. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to peel back the red tape about 2-3 inches, like so. And then I'm going to take a little piece of this painter's tape and just to hold that piece down right there. I think that is ingenious. Good job, Colby. And then I'm going to go around and do the same exact thing to all the little pieces. Little piece right there. And this is the one that I really was worried about. There we are. And I probably don't need it. I probably don't need the painter's tape, but it holds it in place. That way I don't have to worry about it. So, all right, here we go. So we're just gonna line it up. Line it up in the channel. It's gotta go in the channel, bruh. In the channel. Might have to, oh gosh, do a little bendy. Oh, there we go. Now we are in the channel there. So now comes that moment where we can peel back the tape, revealing the sticky side, and being sure to hold it in place slowly. Oh, how satisfying is that? You cannot miss this. I have to put the camera up so you can see the whole thing. Pushing in. Donezo. Put in one little dangler. 2 little danglers. All right, and then the last little guy right here in the corner. He's in, oh, almost lost him. Boom, there he is. Now I believe it is just a matter of pressing and holding. And you know what would probably be the best thing to do? Roll up the window. Let me go do that real quick. Hold my mic. Go, window, go. Did you hear that horrible sound, or was that just me? All right. And it looks like we are in there. All right, so now it's just a matter of going and doing the driver's side now, and I'm gonna do that off camera. The next shot you're gonna see is of both of them out in the beautiful sunlight, seeing that final look. All right, big reveal, and there they are. Here is the driver's side, and those look 10 times better, and it kind of fits very nicely with the trim. It looks like it's supposed to be there, which is always awesome. And here is the passenger side, and you can see they go all the way down. Now, one thing probably should have mentioned, so do you see the weather stripping right here? You got to make sure that it's tucked underneath here, because I messed up on the driver's side. It was actually flipped out, so I had to take a little tool and push it underneath. But overall, man, that came out fantastic. So again, thank you for watching me rig my ride for my adventure, one mod at a time.